Hey, 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 it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. All right, so this is a new court filing from Tekashi 6ix9ine against LA Fitness. If you do not remember, he was brutally attacked in Florida at an LA Fitness gym by three alleged gang members that sent him to the hospital. As of January 15th, 2025, he has filed a lawsuit against the gym, and that is it for now. I do see that if other individuals are named, they will definitely amend the complaint to add those individuals. Also, when you're dealing with these premises liability cases, sometimes these businesses do have security companies that they hire, and somebody's supposed to be on site. So if they do find that a security company was, um, I guess, working for LA Fitness at that time or during that time, they will amend the petition to include the security company definitely for negligence because they weren't doing their job. But overall, this is a complaint where he is seeking damages and he is asking for a trial if they are unable to settle at mediation. But let's hop right on into it. So this case was filed on the 15th of this month in the 15th Judicial Court, Circuit Court of Palm Beach County. Daniel Hernandez versus Fitness International, also doing business as LA Fitness. Here it does show that he is seeking in excess of $1 million. So that's not mean that it doesn't mean that he is asking for 1 million. It's just that his damages might be over $1 million, and damages can include medical bills, if he was transported to the hospital via ambulance, the ER bill and his surgery, if he needed therapy, whatever the case may be, those will be like his medical records and bills. Then you have pain and suffering. Then you have loss of income and wages and all that other stuff. But all of this would have to be proven, and that's where now if he obviously has a lawyer, and I'm sure that they, since that time from 2023 of March to this time, they have probably collected all of his medical bills, lost wages. They have actually put that into demand with the facts, as well as any treatment that he had to go through because of this incident. And they sent a demand letter over to them and say, hey, here are our client's damages. Here's his lost wages. Here are the facts of the case. Here's his treatment. We're demanding this amount. If they obviously they didn't agree to whatever the demand is, because here we are in a lawsuit. So I am assuming that his medical bills, lost wages, and what other damages he incurred from this is more than $1 million. Now, I'm going to give y'all a little hint. Anytime we send out a demand, we always ask for three times whatever the damages are, or three times, I said three times the medical incurred. So this is not surprising, okay? But at the end of the day, now they're in litigation. They're going to go through the discovery phase. They got to go through depositions. Once they get all of that information, then they'll sit down in mediation. And it could be a possibility that it get, mediated and settled during that time. But if not, they're going to go to trial. All right, so this action seeks damages in excess of $1 million, exclusive of costs and interest, and otherwise within the jurisdiction of this court. The actual value of plaintiff's claim will be determined by a fair and just jury in accordance with Article 1, Section 21 of the Florida Constitution. At all times, material of this complaint, plaintiff Daniel Hernandez is, and at pertinent times, was a resident of Palm Beach County, Florida, and is otherwise sui juris. So, meaning that he can file in that particular county. At all times, material to this complaint, defendant Fitness International LLC, doing business as LA Fitness, is a foreign liability company who is authorized to do business in Palm Beach County. Defendant is the owner and has been the owner of the LA Fitness. Da 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 da. Defendant was in possession, custody, and control of LA Fitness, where it operated a gym and fitness club. Hernandez was an authorized member of LA Fitness and was otherwise lawfully on the LA Fitness premises. Defendant owed a non delegable duty to its members and others lawfully at LA Fitness to exercise reasonable care under the circumstances to prevent foreseeable injury. Defendant owed a further non delegable duty to its members and others lawfully at LA Fitness to take reasonable security measures and provide reasonable security under the circumstances to prevent foreseeable criminal attacks. Defendant owed a further non delegable duty to its members and other lawfully at LA Fitness to exercise reasonable care under the circumstances to prevent inherently violent and dangerous individuals from entering LA Fitness and to immediately remove inherently violent and dangerous individuals from LA Fitness. Defendant owed a further non delegable duty to its members and other lawfully at LA Fitness to take reasonable measures to intervene when they knew or should have known that there were criminals or there was a criminal attack occurring at LA Fitness. Defendant owed a further non delegable duty to its members and others lawfully at LA Fitness not to allow, permit, or accept as members and guests of LA Fitness individuals known to be members and affiliates of violent gang and organizations with aggressive and dangerous propensities. Defendant by and through its employees, agents, and representatives knew or should have known that LA Fitness was located in an area where crime statistics, including violent crime, had increased substantially in recent years. Defendant had a duty to adopt and implement reasonable security measures consummate with all attendant circumstances, including the prevalence of criminal activity at LA Fitness and the surrounding area. The claims alleged in this complaint arise out of the defendant's activities within Palm Beach County, Florida. All right, and it's saying that the court had jurisdiction, da 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 da. Hernandez has retained the undersigned counsel and has agreed to pay undersigned counsel a reasonable fee to prosecute this claim. On or about March 21st, 2023, Hernandez was a business invitee at the aforementioned premises when he was the victim of a violent assault and robbery perpetrated by three known members of the Latin Kings. As a result of said incidents, Hernandez sustained serious injuries and was robbed of personal property. Negligence against LA Fitness. All right, so this is kind of reiterating what we just read. So, negligence against LA Fitness, meaning that they should have exercised reasonable care to prevent that attack. They owed a duty to not just, to Tekashi 6ix9ine, but also to all invitees to ensure that they had proper security measures to prevent criminal attacks such as what Tekashi 6ix9ine went through. Um, let's see. And that sums that up. Also, because this was in an area where crime has actually, the statistics has risen because of the crime in the last recent years, that should be more the reason to ensure that your invitees, your guests are, protected by all means. Even if you have a security guard in the parking lot. But the thing is, you'll be surprised that a lot of these franchises, these gyms, they don't have security. They do not. I go to LA Fitness up the street and I never see security. I've never seen a security guard in the gym, outside of the gym, nothing. Um, so he really does have a good case. Because you have to look at the circumstances. If that gym is in an area where there is known crime, they have a duty to protect the invitees um, at their facility. Point blank, period. That's it. And if they did have, like I said in the beginning, if they do have a security company, that security company will be added to this complaint. They will be added and they will be sued. So they will be part of this process. In the event that they don't have it, then this is all liable on LA Fitness. So, as of right now, LA Fitness was negligent and they breached their duties to care for not only, Daniel, aka Tekashi 6ix9ine, but also all invitees that was on the premises. But in this case, they neglected him and they breached their duties. How did they do that? They failed to implement reasonable security measures. They failed to establish and enforce internal policies, procedures, and safeguards to protect members from criminal attacks. So, one, if you have somebody at the front desk or a group of people that work there, what is the policy of handling crime? Do you call the police? Are you trained? I'm pretty sure they're trained not to break up a fight or anything of that nature. But what is the policy? They failed to employ adequate security guards at LA Fitness to deter, prevent, de escalate, and neutralize criminal attacks. They failed to employ security personnel to deter and prevent criminal attacks or otherwise intervene in the event of a criminal attack. They failed to prevent the perpetrators, the gang members, from gaining access to LA Fitness. Because they, wait, hold, now, here's the thing. They could have been working out. That's what I'm assuming. That I don't know the full story, but they could have been working out and just saw him in because it happened in the bathroom. So obviously with LA Fitness, I know when you go up to the front desk, you scan, well, I have it on my phone. You scan the QR code and they let you in. But if you don't now, I don't know, maybe they were scared and they said, "Okay, you just go back there." Allegedly. Failing to provide adequate training to employees, agents, and representatives charged with monitoring, supervising those who enter LA Fitness. They failed to hire reasonable, competent employees, agents, and representatives charged with monitoring and supervising LA Fitness. They failed to train and instruct the employees, agents, and representatives to monitor and investigate individuals making entry to LA Fitness. They failed to adequately enforce its policies and procedures prohibiting trespassers and individuals who are not members or lawful guests from entering LA Fitness. They failed to discover that one or more of the perpetrators entered LA Fitness as trespassers. Oh, so maybe they wasn't LA Fitness members. They failed to timely remove the perpetrators from the gym. They failed to warn members of LA Fitness of the vast criminal activity occurring in or near LA Fitness. They failed to consult with security experts and or security associations to seek guidance and recommendations for security at LA Fitness. This is a very well written complaint. They failed to require those entering LA Fitness to demonstrate that they are or were members of the or lawful guests of LA Fitness. They failed to have standards, processes, or procedures to prevent individuals known to the members and affiliates of violent gangs and organizations with aggressive and dangerous propensities from becoming members of LA Fitness or otherwise gaining access. Okay, so we don't know yet until discovery. We don't know if they were members or were not members. But either way, here's the thing. Now, when you sign up, I don't think they'll ever ask you, are you affiliated with a gang? That's not just one of the questions on there. They failed to become educated and informed regarding industry standards for provisions of security at LA Fitness. They failed to follow applicable industry standards regarding the provision of security at LA Fitness. They failed to follow reasonable and necessary recommendations it received regarding security at LA Fitness. They failed to request, review, and consider crime grids and crime statistics in the area surrounding LA Fitness in the process of implementing its security plan. They failed to install adequate video surveillance equipment at LA Fitness. And I am assuming that during pre-litigation, because normally that's what we do. If it's something like this, well, actually, they did, because how, not unless that somebody recorded it. Now, I think somebody recorded it. I think that's what that was. They didn't have security cameras there, because if they did, that was, they wouldn't have put that language in the complaint. Failed to provide adequate visual deterrence designed to prevent criminal activity, failed to hold regular security meetings to adopt and revise security measures at LA Fitness, failed to monitor guest concerns regarding the prevalence of non-members and trespassers gaining access to LA Fitness, failed to prevent the foreseeable criminal attack on Hernandez, failed to timely respond to the criminal attack on Hernandez, failed to take any measure to intervene when its representatives observed the attack on Hernandez, and failed to timely request police presence at LA Fitness when its representatives became aware of the attack. As a proximate cause of the negligence of defendants as set forth above, Hernandez was brutally beaten, assaulted, and robbed, suffered bodily injury and resulting pain and suffering, disability, loss of capacity of the enjoyment of life, medical care and treatment expense, humiliation, and loss or income and earning capacity. The losses are either permanent or continuing, and Hernandez will suffer losses in the future. Wherefore, the plaintiff, Daniel Hernandez, demands judgment against defendant Fitness International LLC, doing business as LA Fitness, for damages in excess of this court's minimum jurisdictional limits of $1 million, as well as a post judgment interest as allowed by law, costs and attorney fees as may be allowed by law, and demands trial by jury on all issues trialable. Uh, 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 uh. Tekashi. I wonder if he made a police report. That would be interesting. But I'm very curious to see as to how this will play out. Once again, he's just seeking damages of more than the jurisdictional limits of the court, which is the minimum $1 million. As you can see, he is claiming that he has damages as far as medical bills from the past, as well as possibly the future, but he does has have to prove that. He has a loss of enjoyment of life. He has lost income. All of this is in which he has the burden of proof. Y'all let me know how y'all think this is going to turn out for Tekashi 6ix9ine. Leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, you all be blessed.